Hey, hey, happy Tuesday at 2 from Circle B Diecast in Concord, North Carolina. Steve Post from Motor Racing Network. So glad that you have joined us. Lots going on in the NASCAR world, despite the fact that there's not lots going on in the NASCAR world as far as racing goes for the next 2 weeks. But big announcement today. We'll talk a little bit about that. And, of course, the New Hampshire race. We'll talk a little bit about that as well with Eric Almirola scoring the victory from really out of nowhere. It's been a struggle for Almirola, but when you look at this team, they won one of the segments of the All-Star Open, and then I think it was Nashville the next week. They were on the pole or started up front. So you've seen signs of life from this team. I don't know that signs of life in a win would come this quickly, but they got it done. And so Eric Almirola, the race winner up in New Hampshire, 13th different winner on the season. And that race-winning diecast is available right now for pre-order at www.circlebdiecast.com. That's circlebdiecast.com. So make sure you get that Eric Almirola, his third career win in that Smithfield Ford from Stewart-Haas Racing. Big, big win for those guys, launching them into the playoffs. Well, we would assume into the playoffs. This could get a little interesting as we go forward with 4 more races, 2 road courses, 1 super speedway, 13 winners. Stay tuned. We're assuming this launches Eric Almirola into the playoffs, but there's some scenarios that he might find himself on the outside looking in. We'll deal with that 4 or 5 weeks down the road if we have to deal with that. So great time, that is for sure. Let's see. Victor is checking in. Alex is checking in. Mike is in the house as well as John. And we're glad that everybody is here joining us on our Circle B Diecast chat here. I'd like to remind you on orders over $20, just use promo code MRN. That's MRN, as in Motor Racing Network, MRN, and we'll get you free shipping. So free shipping with promo code MRN. So I want to talk about what we have right here. This just arrived. If you remember last fall, this is Brett Moffitt, the Truck Series, the Jimmy Johnson Tribute Truck, Plan B Sales, the Tribute Truck to Jimmy Johnson that he raced at Phoenix last year. These have just arrived. We have those of you that have ordered them. They are being shipped or will be soon shipped to you. And those of you that want one, go right on Circle B Diecast right now and get yours ordered up, and we will ship it right to you. And again, $20 or more, promo code MRN. We'll do free shipping on that as well. So Brett Moffitt from Phoenix last year, the Jimmy Johnson Tribute Truck from back in the day with Jimmy Johnson with the Lowe's colors, the Lowe's paint scheme, but of course this is a Plan B sales paint scheme. Also, note over here, we do have a few t-shirts of this one left as well. So the Brett marks, the t-shirt on this one, got 23 marks up on the front, and that good looking Jimmy Johnson throwback truck, if you will, from Brett Marks on the back. We've got some t-shirts as well. So get those ordered up and get them out of here. Move them out. That is for sure. The big news, of course, today was not shocking, not breaking, not secret, was Brad Keselowski in a minority ownership role of Roush Fenway Racing. Very exciting. That is for sure for Brad. Very exciting, I'm sure, for the folks at Roush Fenway Racing, and really don't know much else other than that. Feel like that Chris Buescher is still under contract there, so it would seem that he might be in pretty good shape. It would seem also, or we're aware that Ryan Newman is not under contract, and Ryan has some decisions to make, and I think this probably runs the gamut from full-time to retirement to somewhere in between, and not sure where Ryan goes or what happens with Ryan, and he is working with the Roush Fenway folks on that. One of the options out there would be a limited schedule. So stay tuned. We'll see what happens with Ryan Newman. So that means I think we're going with the assumption that Brad Keselowski in the 6 car. So pretty neat deal. We knew this was coming along. This was rumored about 2 months ago. You can tell with rumors when nobody denies them, and because it's easy to deny, it's easy to say, though, that's not happening. If nobody's denying, then that's the case. And of course, with the Penske announcement last week with Austin Cindric in the 2 car, you just kind of sort of knew that this was going to happen. So good for everybody. The timeline on when this team picks up and starts running up the front, who knows, okay? If you would have told me last week the Fords would be the strongest manufacturer at New Hampshire, I'd have called you crazy. They were the strongest manufacturer. So I think there's so much that goes into it. Throw in a new car, throw in all the changes of NASCAR. No idea what's going to take for Brad Keselowski and the new Roush Fenway Racing combination to get clicking on all 8 cylinders, but I feel pretty confident that they will, and I think that that is neat. So neat stuff. And I saw Alex and I saw Victor both questioned about that. So Victor's going to Watkins Glen next month. It is going to be fantastic. It really, truly is. Good stuff, that is for sure. Afternoon, James. We're glad you joined us. So yeah, I've been in the middle of sprint car mode, quite honestly. PRN, our friends at PRN, they had the race at New Hampshire, so I was at the Kings Royal in Eldora and watched Kyle Larson and Tyler Courtney win the big 2 Kings Royal races up there. And then this week, I'm flying to Memphis, Tennessee. I'm going 360 ASCS racing, and I'm going to spend tomorrow in Memphis with beer, blues, and barbecue. And then Thursday, Friday, and Saturday in Arkansas, I've got 3 races I'm going to do, fly home on Sunday, and be back again here next week. So looking forward to it. The off weekend, the Olympic break for NASCAR, and a great time to get out and try some other things, and that's what I'm looking to do. It is going to be fun for sure. So there you have it. I think everyone's a little quiet in the chat room, and that's all right. Nothing wrong with quiet. Quiet is good. I never have spent a day of my life quiet, but quiet is all right, and that is good. We're glad you joined us here on the live chat, and we're glad you join us when you watch this later on. So let's do a recap. We're off this weekend with all of the NASCAR series, so great chance to go back and look through some other programming. I'd like to mention a selfish plug here. We have a program on mrn.com called Crew Call, and it is all crew chiefs and team engineers and pit crew members. It's a garage-based show. And I think we've got 22 or 23 episodes there now, so pretty good cross-section of crew chiefs and competition directors and pit crew members. And so if you want to binge watch instead of NASCAR racing, binge watch away on Crew Call over at mrn.com. We have got the Brett Moffitt truck. Brett Moffitt truck is available. You can get that here, and the t-shirt, all available. Yes, indeed. We have got that, and of course that Eric Almirola race-winning diecast car from New Hampshire, all available right now for sure. AJ, I'm glad you popped in when you did. I'm glad you did. AJ, I'm always glad you pop in when you did, but that is a really, really good deal. This Saturday night at a tremendous racetrack up in Hampton Roads, the area of Virginia, the Chesapeake Tidewater area. It is the Hampton Heat 200 for late models, and it is going to be a great, great race for sure. If you are there in that area, you need to get out and see this. If you're not there in the area, Track Pass on NBC Sports Gold is going to have the live call of it. And our late model stock racers, it is just absolutely fantastic. And they are some great races. I went to a race up at Langley earlier this year for the Cars Tour, and I love that racetrack. So, AJ, I'm glad you copped in there. I'm glad you did. You caught me right at the end. I was getting ready to say goodbye, and you saved us with the Hampton Heat 200 for the late models. So, yes, make sure you check that out, whether you're in person up in the Chesapeake Tidewater area or if you are on Track Pass. It is going to be a good late model stock race. The best late model stock racers in the mid-Atlantic region will all be there racing for the big prize money. So there you have it. So again, recap, no racing this week for the big 3 in NASCAR, but a lot of local races and short track races. So get out to your favorite short track. We have got the Brett Moffitt car, the Brett Moffitt shirt, and Eric Almirola race-winning diecast. So there you have it. Tuesday at 2 from Circle B Diecast. So glad you joined us. I'm Steve Post from Motor Racing Network. We'll talk to you next week again here from Concord, North Carolina on our Tuesday at 2 visit.